non-district. So if you think it's not going to be a dogfight and every game is a must game, this one is a big one for Pinetree. As we were talking before the game, if they could somehow get by Gilmer, it could really turn their whole season around.
Absolutely, absolutely. It's Gilmer's a tough team, and we've got a long ways, but let's see what happens.
Third down, about 10 for the Buckeyes as they're just across their own 42-yard line. Brand Webb down the line trying to keep it. Shakes one tackle, now breaks free across midfield, gets into Pinetree territory at the 48. He's a little bit short of the first down, but we do have a flag down on the far side of the field, and we'll see what the call is here. Could be a procedure penalty perhaps coming up against Gilmer. We'll see.
It was thrown very early. It was just as the play had emanated. The flag went in the air, so evidently it will be a procedure call, probably motion, as we watch the play. Here's the snap, and there's the flag on the left-hand side of your screen. So one of the Gilmer Buckeyes jumped just a little bit early. Infraction of the rules. Movement 5 yards.
Boy, that Webb is a scary runner, though. He is really very athletic back there. But the 5-yard penalty will move the Buckeyes back to their 37-yard line, and now they're faced with 3rd and 15.
You know, Pinetree runs a 5-front formation, and out of those 5 down men, 4 are returning starters. So Pinetree does have some experience in that defensive unit.
So here is Brand Webb, the quarterback, looking to pass, trying to shake free, throws out in the flat into crowd. Oh, boy, there were 2 Pinetree Pirates. Chris Johnson was over there. I believe it may have been Wantrell Howard over there also defending, and really no chance for the pass reception that time, so it's going to fall incomplete and will set up a 4th down punt for Gilmer.
Once again, watch the rush as the Gilmer Buckeyes were being pursued so quickly that the quarterback just had to throw it to get rid of it. Out of bounds, probably a good play to avoid a sack.
Now Wes Kelly is going to kick it away for Gilmer on 4th and 15. And there's Roberts, the little scat back, who is broken for 2 pretty good runs and set up Pinetree in good field position. He's going way back to his own 18-yard line. And this is a wobbly kick off the side of the foot that takes a Gilmer bounce. Oh, my. Good Gilmer bounce inside the 10. Looks like they're going to spot it at about the 6-yard line. That time Roberts couldn't get over to it.
Well, little Roberts, 145-pounder, if he would have got his hands on that ball as he's done the last couple of runs back, he's been dangerous. But that's just a fine bounce for Gilmer. Pins Pinetree way back in their own area of the field. Looks like it's going to be just across the 5 on about the 6.5 or 7-yard line. From there, Pinetree will come out with only 5 minutes and 51 seconds remaining in the initial half of play. 10-0, Pinetree over Gilmer.
Watch this series now. This is the first time Pinetree's been backed up real deep. They've had good field position throughout this first half, and now they're back at the 6-yard line, and it's Peters, the fullback, and he goes right over the middle for just about a half yard, maybe a yard at the most. So the Pirates need to get a first down or 2 here. There's Peters, the big sophomore fullback.
Well, the lanes were jammed. Gilmer would not be run on that particular play, so there's sharp gain on the play as the brick wall of Buckeyes held that time.
Nick Webb among those in on the stop that time for Pinetree as they split 2 ends on the far side of the field, 1 on the near side for the 2nd down play. And Robertson hands off the bush, finds a hole, trying to get outside across the 10, and gets up close to the 14-yard line. Looked like he had a lane there and was able to pick up a couple of yards, but Rico Gardner used that speed and some agility to come over there and cut him off.
Rico Gardner goes both ways, offense and defense, and watch the shoestring tackle as Rico Gardner stops what could have been a 1st and 10 for the Pinetree Pirates. There, Rico beats his block, makes the tackle, shoestring, and a 3rd down. Big play for the Buckeyes and Pinetree.
Here's a big 3rd down and 2 at the 14-yard line for the Pirates. Man in motion, Roberts to the far side of the field, and the handoff is to Bush, trying to get a block for Peters, does so, gets the 1st down across the 20 and up to the 21. Good clearing block by Mark Peters, the fullback that time. Got the hole cleared for Bush, and he was able to step across the 20 for the 1st down. Watch the clearing block there by Peters that sets up the good run.
There's the cut in as Darrell Bush is the beneficiary of that block, and an extra just push of centrifugal force brings him across the 20-yard line, and that's a big break for Pinetree. Not a break. They earned it. 1st and 10, Pinetree Pirates.
Don't think Peters really hit anybody, but he scared some people, it looked like.
Sure. I'd get out of the way, wouldn't you?
1st and 10 at the 21, and this is Peters, the fullback, and he bulls ahead for about 2 or 3 yards. So Pinetree just eating up that clock, trying to get it out of this into the field. 4 minutes left to go in the first half. As you look at Mark Peters, the sophomore fullback.
210 pounds of raw power as Peters pulls forward for short yardage there. He's like Sid said, you see that young fellow with a head of steam, brother, you want to get out of the way. He is a tough, rough prospect and a great runner in the backfield there.
From the 23, it's 2nd down and 8 for Pinetree. And Robertson this time straight back to pass, looking far downfield. Here's Roberts trying to hit him, and it's, oh no, I'm sorry, there's another receiver. There was 2 down there, and it was Delrick Taylor over there with Roberts, and it was Taylor whom the pass was actually intended. And it goes incomplete. It'll be 3rd down.
Now there's some of the Pinetree fans as they look on, root on their Pirates. And once again, Coach Biggs wants to throw that football and mix it up as he brings in an extra receiver to maybe kind of break up things beside the run every time. There's a flag on the play, and I think the infraction of the rule will be assessed against the Pinetree Pirates as they're backing up now. The discussion is taking place in the middle of the field, around the 20-yard line or so on the near hash marks.
Preliminary call is holding against the Pirates, so if Gilmer accepts, it will back Pinetree up deep into its own territory, and looks like the illegal procedure was decided was rejected by Pinetree, and they do take the holding penalty. So that puts them back at the 13-yard line. They need to get out to the 30, just across the 30, so it's going to be 2nd down and about 18 for Pinetree. So they're kind of back in that hole that they had just dug themselves out of.
And with a tough defense like Gilmer, it's really dangerous to be operating deep in your own territory like this, especially on a 2nd or 3rd down where a pass is important.
Here's the handoff to Bush, no place to go. Just Gilmer Buckeyes all over the place that time. He is able to wedge it out across the 15 up to about the 18-yard line, but you could tell early on that time that there was really not much running room for Darrell Bush.
Well, momentarily there was a hole, but it closed ever so quickly as the Buckeyes diverged there and made the tackle. As one of those Pirate fans that are out here in numbers tonight.
At the 18-yard line, the Pirates are facing 3rd and 12.
Get off that fence, y'all. Behavior. That must be a school teacher making them do right, don't you see? She's the hall monitor at the game. Do right now. Everything's fine. Youngsters, sit down. We're going to play some more football.
3rd down, Bush straight ahead across the 20 up to about the 21-yard line.
I think that's a good thing to do, because when you're that deep near your own end zone, you know, you've got a forward pass working for you, but if you can just get that ball, a 1st down is important, but with 18 yards, just get it out of there where your punter will have some room, where he won't be backed up against that wall at end zone.
So the Pirates will have to kick it away, and coming on to do the punting chores for Pinetree is Ryan Bassetti. And it's Brand Webb back deep for Gilmer to receive the kick at his own 45-yard line. So the Buckeyes could come out of this with pretty good field position, as the kick by Bassetti is high but short, bounces at the 46-yard line, and the Pirates trying to get some roll out of it, and they do, down to the 44 of Gilmer. So with 1:54 left in the first half, our score is Pinetree 10 and Gilmer nothing.
Imagine never having to buy laundry detergent or fabric softener again.
That's hard to believe.
Believe it, there's a new high-tech product that makes water mimic detergent.
Really?
Really, it's the original laundry clean ring.
How's it work?
Instead of detergent, just drop it in your washing machine.
How many washes is it good for?
It lasts for years, guaranteed.
That's hard to believe.
Believe it, it's laboratory tested.
Really?
Really. And not only is it 100% hypoallergenic, it's also environmentally friendly.
Well, that's good.
You'll never have to lug around laundry detergents again.
Now that's great.
Think of all the money you'll save. But it's not available in stores.
Well, how do I get one?
Funny you should ask. For all the details, call the number displayed today.
Back to action, the final 2 minutes of this ball game. Enrico Gardner taking the pass out in the flat, cuts it outside, has some running room across midfield, and gets into Pinetree territory at the 48. But again, Buzz, good pursuit on the far side of the field by Pinetree. Stopped what looked like could be a pretty significant gain by Rico Gardner.
Yes, when Rico gets his hands on that football, anything could happen. And the folks over here were holding their breath collectively as the clock continues with 129 and counting in the first half of play.
Buckeyes quickly up to the line of scrimmage on second down. Webb rolling to his right. Now will take off across the midfield stripe and gets it down to about the 47-yard line. So not much going that time. And
Sid, did you notice why that play didn't work? It was the secondary for Pinetree. They had every one of the Gilmer receivers covered, and the quarterback had to eat it. That's a great secondary work for Pinetree.
3rd and 1 for Gilmer at the 47-yard line, and it's Webb straight ahead across the 45 down to the 43. But that's going to take some time off the clock. It is stopped as they move the chains for the first down. Just 48 seconds, though, left in the first half. So Gilmer trying desperately to get on the board, and Pinetree trying desperately to protect that 10-point lead in the late stages here of the first half.
Well, it's a hurry-up situation for the Buckeyes as they need to desperately get on the scoreboard in this first half.
At the 43-yard line, it's Webb throwing out in the flat, and hit his man right in the chest. Looked like Tron Webb on the far side. Hit him right in the chest.
Well, Tron Webb was looking, he wasn't looking at the ball. He turned to go downfield. He was hearing footsteps, and he had a path to the end zone all set out, but he forgot to catch the ball first as it hits him right in the chest. It's just incomplete. Unfortunately, he didn't keep his eye on the ball that time.
Now, we want you fans to stick around at halftime. We got a great halftime show for you.
Oh, yes. Top quality.
2nd down and 10 at the 43-yard line for the Buckeyes, and Brand Webb again looks out in the flat and now comes back the other way, being chased, goes over the middle. It's intercepted and back upfield, and we're going to be, they say his knee hit down back at the 27-yard line, but an interception nevertheless for Kevin Daniel. For the Pirates, they've snuffed another Gilmer Buckeye offensive series.
Jonathan Dyer was also in there for Pinetree, and he was limping off. Hope he's okay. I tell you what, these guys from Pinetree, they're fired up, man. They're playing some football with the interception. Knee down, no matter what happens, it's okay. Hey, we've got the football. 28 seconds, says Pinetree. Let's run out that clock going to the halftime with the unbelievable score of 10-0 over the powerful, undefeated Gilmer Buckeyes.
Pinetree Pirates have just 28 seconds to run off the clock here, and we're sure that Coach Dickie Meeks will probably do just that, just run the time off. As the Pirates from their own 27-yard line, Casey Robertson's going to go upstairs out in the flat. He has his man, and going out of bounds at the 40-yard line, so crossed us up there a little bit, but it was Ryan Fitzhugh making the catch that time.
You think these kids are fired up? 22 seconds, you think they're going to run the ball? Sure they're going to run the ball, run out the clock. No, they want some more scores on that board. Here's the pass play with 22 seconds. It's complete and out of bounds, stopping the clock. You couldn't want it any better if you're Pinetree Pirate fans, and they're going to take advantage of these 22 seconds. What the heck? Let's go for more. We're having fun, says Pinetree.
At the 40-yard line, it's 1st and 10 for the Pirates, and Robertson now hands off to Bush, and Bush behind a little block gets across the 40 up to the 42, and now let's see if they just decide to let it run as timeout is indicated.
Big 270-pound Michael Webb, a senior for the Buckeyes, made the stop on that play.
Watch here is Bush has a pretty good hole on the left side of the line, but it quickly closes up by the Buckeyes.
Yeah, I will say this, Pinetree is opening some holes. They're winning this first half, the battle in the trenches, because they're able to open those holes quickly, and the backs are darting through. The secondary is doing a great job from Gilmer in shoring up that line, but the offensive line right now is winning the battle for the Pirates in the trenches with only 14 seconds. 14 seconds to go in this football game. There's a young man. I hope he seems like he's a little...
By the way, mentioning injuries, you talked about Jonathan Dyer limping off a minute ago, and I want to mention that we were a little concerned last week, Buzz, in that Chapel Hill White House game when that young man was taken off the field. I believe his name was Greg McDonald.
Did you ever find out anything about that?
Turned out the young man was all right,
Great.
and he was back in school on Monday
Great.
with a little bit of a sore neck. Probably not playing tonight, but everything is okay, and that's great news.
Praise the Lord. That is great.
At the 17-yard line, it's second down for Pinetree, 2nd and 8 for the Pirates. And Roberts reset on the far side of the field, and now Casey Robertson straight back to pass, goes out in the flat, and I think Roberts wanted the reception, and it may have been intended for Delrick Taylor on the far side. There were two Pirates out there, and Roberts got his hands on it and kind of knocked it away from Delrick Taylor.
Anthony Hawkins was out there defending for Gilmer, and just a little
see Roberts right
up
there, but it looked like maybe it was for Taylor. It was for one of them, and I don't know, just a little confusion, miscommunication on the far side of the field with 13 seconds left in the first half now.
What's amazing, 13 seconds, the ball on the 42 or 3-yard line, and Pinetree's into the field, but they're going all the way. They're going to pass. They're going to score again, or they want to.
Here's Casey Robertson, handoff straight ahead, and Bush, nothing going there as he is stopped right at the 42, and I think Pinetree is going to just let it run now. 5 seconds, 4 seconds. First half is going to come to an end. Homecoming night. Lots of things going on at Pinetree High School, including a surprise, as at halftime our score is the Pinetree Pirates 10, the Gilmer Buckeyes nothing. We'll be back with our halftime show right after this.
Please welcome the host, the new mom, Miss Ricky Lake.
Weekdays at 4 on UPN 2248.
You're not really going to do that. Are you really going to do that? Are you really going to sit through another fall season watching all the new shows and the Cowboys on that 19-inch box? Get over to Don's and see the largest big screen selection in East Texas and at prices to fit any budget. ProScan, RCA, top of the line for as little as $50 a month. Let Don's custom installers put you in the middle of the action. You really ought to do that.
Don's TV and appliances, we're the Get More store.
The brand new limited edition Star Wars postage stamps are now available. The International Collectors Society is offering the only collector's set to commemorate the 20th anniversary of the 3 most popular movies of all time. Demand has been so overwhelming that experts are already predicting this will be one of the most popular Star Wars collectibles. Not available at your local post office, you can only get them through this special television offer. The complete set of 9 silver foil stamps is only $9.95. You'll also receive a numbered certificate of authenticity and a protective display holder. But that's not all. You'll also get this beautiful set of 6 Star Wars stamps with actual scenes from all 3 movies. An $8 value absolutely free. Remember, you get the complete set of 9 legal tender Star Wars stamps, the certificate of authenticity and display holder, all for $9.95. And when you act now, you'll also get this set of 6 stunning Star Wars stamps, an $8 value absolutely free. Call toll-free now.
Time at Pinetree Stadium, it's homecoming. Down on the field, the Gilmer Buckeye Band is entertaining. Their Buckeyes are trailing the Pinetree Pirates by a score of 10-0. Let's go down to the field and pick up some of the halftime activities from the Gilmer Band. Put it in play from their own 20-yard line to begin their first series here in the second half.
There's a young man we were talking about at halftime, number 88. He plays the drums at halftime. He came to lead his team out on the field, and he's there to support the team. And I think that shows love on behalf of the Gilmer citizens. That's a great young man, and man, he is a 100% Buckeye supporter, Sid.
John Youngblood.
Quite a guy.
First and 10 at the 20-yard line for the Gilmer Buckeyes. So an important series of downs for both teams here, Buzz, as we start the third quarter and see how this momentum will shake out to begin the second half.
Man, what an important first series of play. Gilmer is down 10-0. They're going to have to come out of this thing fighting, or Pinetree's going to win this thing. Here we go. The second half is underway with Sid Allen.
Brand Webb held it off to Rico Gardner, and Gardner nothing doing right up the middle of the Pinetree line, and the Pirates there just like they were in the first half and stopped Gardner for no gain.
And I would like to know what Coach Mike Bullen said to his Gilmer Buckeyes at halftime. I imagine they got talked to very sternly because they have talent, they have the ability, they're undefeated, but they've come up against a group of guys from Pinetree they don't know the word of being defeated. But tonight, they're sky high in playing 100% plus.
2nd and 10 at the 20-yard line for the Buckeyes. This is Webb looking downfield over the middle, has his man up at the 40 and up to the 45-yard line for a big pickup is Jay Tefteller. And Tefteller with the big reception that time, and the Buckeyes get the first down.
Number 36, Tefteller, 230-pound senior. Watch him as he pulls it down into the bread basket. 1, 2, 3 of those Gilmer Buckeyes there to finally bring him to the ground. But that's a good-looking pass to Tefteller, who made an excellent catch.
At the 45-yard line, 1st and 10, so Gilmer with its initial first down here in the second half. 10 minutes, 59 seconds left in the third period as Brand Webb calls the signals for the Buckeyes. Options down the line, tries to cut it back, and he's stopped right there as number 42 for Pinetree coming up to make the stop was Ross Brewer, one of those talented sophomores for the Pirates.
Watch, this is what makes, see number 5 here, he stays, he doesn't go for the quarterback, but he goes to his zone and causes quarterback to cut in, and that's just good defensive play. You got a zone on these options play. You forget the runner. You play your zone, and somebody's going to get that quarterback, and it happened to perfection that time for Pinetree.
And that was Eddie Key who turned that play back for Pinetree. 2nd down and 9 for the Buckeyes at the 46-yard line. Eye in the backfield, option down the line, and Webb wanted to pitch it, but the pitch man was taken out, and Webb was stopped in the backfield, and it was Eddie Key there for the Pirates to drop him for a loss.
Man, what a play. We have one of the Buckeyes getting up
that
awful
is,
slowly.
Brand Webb, the quarterback, who took a pretty good hit, and he's down on the ground.
205-pound senior Jason Smith did a whale of a job on defense for the Pirates also.
Watch how they take the pitch man out right there. Eddie Key took him out, and then coming in to make the stop was Jason Smith.
What a play defensively. That's the way to work against the option, and Pinetree's doing a superb job.
So quarterback Brand Webb for the Gilmer Buckeyes is heading to the sideline. He'll have to sit out for a bit. There you see him, number 7.
He's a great athlete, a fine quarterback. Let's hope he's able to get back in there soon because he will sorely be missed by the Buckeyes.
Tron Webb, is the new quarterback now for Gilmer, and he's in the deep set formation, rolling to his left, looking downfield. Can't find a receiver, being chased. Now he'll heave it way downfield, intended for Tefteller. It's almost intercepted and broken up down there by Marty Gruber for Pinetree. But Tron Webb just threw that one up for grabs.
Well, a lot of the crowd here thought that there was defensive interference, but Marty Gruber hung in there to knock the ball to the ground. Let's watch Gruber as he's into the secondary. That ball is headed his way. See if we can see any infraction of the rule. There's Gruber. Well, there was contact, but it seems like both players were going for the football, so no penalty. Brings up a 4th down for the Gilmer Buckeyes.
Tefteller, the intended receiver, and now it's Wes Kelly to kick it away for the Pinetree, or for the Gilmer Buckeyes. And his kick is low and end over end and bounces at the 22, and the Pirates will let it roll down at the 18-yard line. So Pinetree will not have good field position with their first series, but they have stopped the Gilmer Buckeyes once again, and the Pirates will have it 1st and 10 at their own 18.
Well, that series of play went like the first half, all Pinetree, and it was a victory, even though, like Sid said, they didn't come up with excellent field position within their own 20. It was a victory for the Pinetree Pirates because they stopped the Gilmer Buckeye, that potent offense with Rico Gardner. And consequently, they'll have the football 1st and 10 within their own 20. And here come the Buckeyes up to the line of scrimmages, who watch the cheerleaders build their pyramid across the way.
It's the Pirates up to the line of scrimmage with Casey Robertson, the quarterback, and a man in motion. Delrick Taylor to the near side of the field. Eye in the backfield behind Robertson, and the pitch back is to Bush. trying to follow his fullback, cuts it upfield. Here's Bush, he's loose, across the 30, the 40. One man to beat at the 40, the 30. Darrell Bush is going to go all the way. Touchdown, Pinetree.
Long gone, 7-tone as he waltzes into the end zone. Sid Allen, can you believe what we're seeing on this field in Pinetree, Longview, Texas tonight? It's showtime, Pinetree. Woo! Mercy, can you believe this? How many yards was that, Sid? That was a taxi ride as he breaks into the end zone, outruns everybody on the football field. This score is now 16-0, believe it or not, with the Pinetree Pirates on top. Woo! Mercy.
Darrell Bush has just gone 82 yards for the Pinetree Pirates, and now Tody Vineyard to attempt to tack on the 17th point for Pinetree. 17 unanswered points. The Pinetree Pirates leading the unbeaten Gilmer Buckeyes by a score of 17-0 with 9:17 left here in the third period. And let's see if we got that one on replay. The 82-yard run by Darrell Bush.
Man.
And, you know, it just didn't look like it was going to be that much of a play at the early going, but Bush suddenly found himself outside and in the clear. Watch right here.
Here he goes as he goes over his right-hand side, bursts to the outside, avoids 2 tackles, and Darrell Bush, 175-pound junior, turns on the afterburners, skirts one man to beat. He is now flying. I mean, he's turning on those afterburners big style, and he's into the end zone for a touchdown, Gilmer, and this score is unbelievable. An undefeated 5-0 team is behind by the score of 17-0 with 9:17 remaining in the third quarter of play. Sid, I would have never believed it if I hadn't have seen it. These Pinetree Pirates are fired up for homecoming.
Well, there's 9:17 left in the third period, so
hold on.
They don't want to start celebrating too early yet. This is still a very explosive Gilmer Buckeye team, and they were behind. Don't forget, Buzz, last week they were behind to Dangerfield 14-7 going in the fourth quarter and scored 21 points in the fourth quarter. So let's not quite give up on the Gilmer Buckeyes yet.
We certainly have not, because, well said, they are a talented team. But it is a surprise to this announcer at this venture of the game that the score, as it is on the scoreboard, is true. Let's see what happens now.
Tody Vineyard kicks it away for the Pirates deep into the end zone. Rico Gardner's going to bring it out from 6 yards deep. Gardner across the 10, the 15, and is jammed up and gang tackled as he gets close to the 20-yard line. Kind of surprising that Rico Gardner would bring it out from that deep, but he brought it just about to the point that they would put it in play on the touchback.
You know what's been a big positive for the Pinetree Pirates is they've been able to keep the potent Gilmer offense off the field. They've stopped Rico Gardner, and it seems like every time that Gilmer gets the football, the Buckeyes have 4 downs or 3 and kick, and so they've kept that potent offense off the field. Consequently, they own the score of 17-0.
Got a flag down. It's going to be offsides against Pinetree, so the Pirates are going to have to re-kick from deeper in their own territory, and Gilmer is going to go for better field position in this case.
I want to say hello to David Stevens and Sissy Holcomb, who are bebbing around the television watching this game. Got a fresh supply of Moon Buys and the knee-high sodas at halftime, and they're all rared up. Understand that Sissy Long is also watching tonight, and hello to these folks. Next week we got a game set. This is going to be a good one. Nacogdoches versus John Tyler. And these John Tyler Lions are one in the state, and they're a tough team. Nacogdoches is an up-and-comer. We'll be there live for the game with the playback starting at 10 o'clock this Friday night. Nacogdoches Dragons and the John Tyler Lions right here on UPN 2248. That's this coming Friday night.
I want you to do something next week.
Yes, sir.
I want you to bring me a knee-high soda. I don't think they still make them.
What are you talking about, knee-highs?
You're just talking about a knee-high soda.
It's just like a big grape bed. You know what a knee-high is. So
here is a
man. They got problems with football.
Vineyard can't get the ball teed up.
Yeah, he needs a knee-high soda one. It's a problem with the football down there. My. 10, now 17. Man, I can't believe it. Gilmer is going to have to fire. They're capable of it. I mean, anything can happen. They're very capable. They're going to have to fire it up to go with 9:05. What is everybody pointing down this way for? The officials are all pointing and looking down here. What's going on? Can you check it out? Both teams are looking. It's not the clock that they're looking at. I don't know what the problem is. Anyway, there's somewhat of a problem as both teams turn and look over near the clubhouse over there in the end zone area. Finally, whatever it was okay, and the referee talks to number 12 there for the Pirates, that being that great athlete, Tony Vineyard. And we're getting ready to get back to play. Vineyard calls all his troops in for a little conference real quick here. What's going on down there?
Well, I don't know, Buzz, but
I tell you, get your grape bet and put some goobers in it and shake it up.
We're going to get back to action here, and now Vineyard is all set to go at 9:05 left here in the third period, and Tony Vineyard will kick it away. Rico Gardner is standing back at his end zone to receive it, and Vineyard's kick is high, end over end, and deep to the far side of the field. Tron Wed fumbles it at the 1-yard line, picks it up, back up across the 10, trying to find some running room across the 20, and gets up near the 25, so a good decision that time by Gilmer. And here in the third period with 8:53 left, it's Pinetree 17 and Gilmer. And Webb's going to be dropped maybe for a 1-yard loss as he scrambled around trying to find some place to throw it and just couldn't do it. It's going to be a loss of 1, second down and 11.
There's Tony Vineyard. Played a fine game. He's standing over there, of course, with Jeremy Shoemaker as they take a well-deserved rest on that defense. They, on the offense, they've done a great job tonight, both of them.
Second down, 11 for Gilmer. Vineyard, of course, the kicker for Pinetree. He's kicked a field goal and 2 extra points for the Pirates tonight. Here's Webb, and Webb's going to keep it, and Webb is going to be stacked up for another loss, this time back to the 22-yard line. And there's a bunch of Pirates in there. Number 5, Eddie Key, who has just played a heck of a ball game, leading the way once again for Pinetree, and he got help this time.
Can you believe this? I mean, they're absolutely closing the lanes. No forward progress. Gilmer defense, and they've got a lot of, the Pinetree offense, they've got a lot of experience is winning the battle in the trenches once again.
Jason Smith and Ben Burns also in on the stop that time for Pinetree, and now it's third down and 12 for Gilmer as Brand Webb rolls to his left, looks downfield, throws it and completes it. Great catch by Tefteller on the far side of the field at the 45-yard line. Well covered, but a well-thrown ball, and Tefteller went up and made the grab.
Tefteller received the pass in fine style. Good catch, as the quarterback number 7, Brand Webb, rolls, turns back, sees Tefteller in the clear, fires down for the complete pass. Bo White is there to defend, but not after a great pass play by the Gilmer Buckeyes. Moves the football for the 1st and 10.
It was Marty Groover on the defense. Had good defense that time for Pinetree, but couldn't come up with it. And now 1st and 10 for Gilmer. Here's Webb out in the flat to Rico Gardner. Gets a good block, tries to get outside, and is going to be brought down as he picks up some pretty good yardage in Pinetree territory at about the 47. Wantrail Howard finally over there to run Rico Gardner out of bounds. He's going to be close for the first down as they eye it on the far side of the field.
Well, the Pinetree Pirates have shut down the Gilmer Buckeye run. It looks like they're choosing to go to the airwaves to try to lessen the deficit that prevails on the scoreboard right now. 17-zip as the Buckeyes have had some success in this last series with the forward pass.
We're going to bring the change in from the far side of the field as the referees will take a look at it, and Gilmer, going into that hurry-up offense, is now going to have to slow down just a bit as they bring the chains in, and we'll see as they stretch them out on the near side of the field. Indication by the referee is a first down for the Gilmer Buckeyes, so they'll have it at the Pinetree 46. Picked up a couple of quick first downs as they try to climb back in this one.
The pass has been the most successful offense all night long for the Gilmer Buckeyes, with no offense and Rico Gardner being shut down. But on this last couple of series, it's worked for first downs as they continue to drive across the 50 up to about the 46-yard line. 6:57 remaining in the third quarter. 17-zip. Gilmer being defeated at this point by the Pinetree Pirates.
Well, Gilmer hasn't relied on the pass too much this year. They've only averaged 106 yards a game passing, so it hasn't been a big part of their offense. But they're having to go to it tonight, trailing by 17 here midway in the third period. And Brand Webb rolling to his right, looking downfield, goes over the middle and broken up nicely. good defensive play that time, as coming over to make the defensive play was Bo White. Just stuck his hand in there and knocked it away.
Watch Bo White on this play. Did he ever knock this one down in fine style? It could have been interference, but Bo White timed it just right, went over the shoulder of the receiver, and Bo White knocks it to the ground. Great defensive effort on behalf of the Pinetree Pirates.
Stops the clock with 6:51 left in the third period, second down and 10. And again, the deep set formation with Brand Webb standing back at his 49, rolling to his right, looking downfield. Webb, long, all alone down the sideline. Jesse Hackett can't catch up to it. Pass too tall. Moving over to defend was Kevin Daniel, but he was really nowhere near the ball. The pass just too tall that time from Brand Webb to Jesse Hackett.
Man, he was wide open like that 24-hour convenience store. Brad just couldn't get the football to him. Move over through the pass, incomplete. That was a great opportunity that went awry for the Buckeyes.
So it's going to bring up third down, and kind of a crucial play here for both teams as Gilmer, with his first serious drive here in the second half, trying to get back in this one, facing a third and long.
There, the young ladies from both teams, the cheerleaders, show a little sportsmanship, do a cheer together, which is tradition. And it's just good sportsmanship. We are always glad to see these young people fighting it out on the football field, but embracing each other with great sportsmanship, not only on the field but on the sideline.
May have had a flag on the play as the referees are down there discussing things. They had once stepped off some pretty big yardage against Gilmer, and now let's see what we've got is a holding violation against the Buckeyes, and it is declined. So rather than take the second and 20, the Pirates are going to try and stop them here on third and 10. It's kind of an interesting decision there.
Yes, it is. I figured it might be fourth down, and that was a good call. But on third down, that's an interesting call. Now wait a minute. Hold on here. There's a fourth down on the marker over there. There's a third down on the clock. Now who's right?
It's third down. They just changed it.
Okay, it's changed. All's well.
Third down and 10 for the Buckeyes, and now the referees are huddling once again. See, you go this way, you go that way.
And when throw the flag, if it ain't right. My. Nacogdoches, John Tyler, right here, 10 o'clock this coming Friday night. That'll be a good one. Look at those moms, homecoming. These moms are bigger than the kids, man. They have the bag strap to wear them things, but they're so proud. Don't you know? Got their little homecoming mom on television. Isn't that neat?
That's a little Jordan Salter there on the left.
Isn't that
little girl?
You know everybody, Sid. I tell you what. Looks like some of them with all those things look like a Mexican general with ribbons and buttons and medals all out there.
Now we've decided to take the penalty here back to the 44. Pinetree is going to take it, and that's going to set up now a second down and 20.
That was the right thing to do. There was a little confusion as to the down, I'm sure, on behalf of Pinetree. They reconsider, but there's still some discussion back there.
Well, let's get this worked out, guys.
Let's work it out. Move on with the contest. There's some of the Pirates, Pirate fans who are jubilant that they own the score over the potent, tough, rough Gilmer Buckeyes. Rico Gardner and company.
So I think things are back to normal here. It's second and 20 now from the 44-yard line for the Buckeyes, and it's Brand Webb receiving the snap, going out in the flat to Tiller, and it's off his fingertips out of bounds. And so it's going to bring up third and 20 now for Gilmer.
Man, they're in a hole, a deep hole now, the Gilmer Buckeyes are.
6:43 left in the third period as the play comes in via Jesse Hackett from the far side of the field for the Buckeyes. See what third and 20 you can conjure up against a pretty tough Pirate defense tonight.
Well, they're going to have to get a cauldron and conjure up something good because they're in a hole, man. Third and a long, long way to go.
Brand Webb makes the handoff. He's going to keep it himself, and he has got nowhere to go. Looked like it was big Jonathan Dyer there. Number 67, 215-pound senior Jonathan Dyer didn't leave, stayed right with it, and brought the quarterback, Brand Webb, down for a short gain, and another fourth down punt coming up. Watch Jonathan Dyer here collapse on the quarterback.
There's nothing there, and just nothing doing. Too much Pinetree Pirate football. Too much defense for the Gilmer Buckeyes at this point of the game.
Wes Kelly is on to punt it away for the Buckeyes. should be able to back up Pinetree pretty well. Eddie Key putting a good rush on. It's a high kick, end over end, far side of the field. Roberts lets it go, and it goes inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. So Pinetree has stopped the Gilmer Buckeyes. They'll be faced with poor field position to begin this series of downs, but they have just been very tough on defense. There's Josh Flanagan right in the middle right there. Josh on the basketball team at Pinetree.
You know, Pinetree on their last series of the first half started with miserable field position, but then Darrell Bush ran that 80-plus yards touchdown. So far, even on unpopular, unfriendly, unkind situations, as far as field position, the Pinetree have turned it into a plus. As we say, one of the young ladies from Pinetree that's looking around there.
At the 14-yard line, 1st and 10 for Pinetree. And Casey Robertson has Delrick Taylor in motion to the near side of the field, and the handoff straight ahead. Bush with some running room. Bush breaking it again and gets it across the 25 up to the 27-yard line and gets the Pirates out of a field position hole with the first down.
This Darrell Bush, 175-pound junior, believe it or not, can run that football. Watch him as he goes. Good hole, quick hole, but a good hole there into the secondary. But once he gets into the secondary, he's just elusive. He's hard to put a good hit on. He's one of those guys that you just can't hit. He goes forward. First down.
Looks like he might break that one again. 1st and 10. And Bush is up in the fullback position now for Pinetree on 1st and 10, and the handoff goes to Bush straight ahead, and again behind some good blocking, Jonathan Dyer. Dyer, who made that stop a minute ago, just see him right there, Buzz, was leading Bush through that hole up to about the 34-yard line.
Absolutely. Now, that play shouldn't have gone, a yard at the very most, but because of a great block by Dyer and this fine effort on behalf of the running back there, it turns to what, a couple of 3, maybe 4-yard gain. Just great running, and that's gutsy. Heads down, gutsy running.
So it's 2nd down and about 4.5, 5 yards for the Pirates, and it's J.T. McClain who is in the ball game, junior running back at the tailback position, lining up behind Darrell Bush for this 2nd down play. Casey Robertson, the quarterback, sends Taylor in motion to the near side and hands off to Bush straight ahead. Tefteller is there for the Buckeyes, along with several other players. Number 60, Michael Webb, also down at the bottom of that pile for Gilmer. It's going to bring up 3rd and about 3 for Pinetree.
Let's see what they can do on this big 3rd down play in this ball game so far. These 3rd down situations, the Pirates have been able to convert to a 1st down, 3rd, and we're going to call it about 3.5, maybe 4 yards to go for the 1st.
Casey Robertson and Peters is back in the game at fullback for Pinetree, and the handoff is to Bush, trying to find that 1st down yardage. It's going to be close as he digs and gets up near the 43. Boy, he's going to get a good spot, it looks like. Referee is just across the 43-yard line and could be close for the 1st down. We'll see as they spot it and eye it on the far side of the field.
You know who this gentleman is, Sid, that's talking to the players from Pinetree? You know him?
No, I don't.
Sid lives out in these parts and knows everyone, but the young man there is in the way we can't see, but he's talking to him. I bet he's one of the alumni. I bet he's a Pinetree alumni. He said, come on, guys. This is homecoming. Let's hang in there. Let's be tough. Let's stick with it. We've got to score. Let's keep it.
Well, they've got a 1st down, as Bush did grind for enough yardage that time to pick up the 1st down. So with 3:50 to go in the 3rd period, the Pirates still moving the ball, and Bush again, this time behind a good block from his fullback Peters, spins and gets across the 40 up to about the 41-yard line.
Well, these runs, they don't look like a lot of yards. It looks like it's going to be 1 or 2 yards on each particular play. But if you'll notice, after the initial contact, there's a spin or a surge, and, that's going to pick up, what, 3.5 yards or so? Close to 4, about closer to 3, but it's individual tough running that's making this possible, along with some tremendous offensive line action.
And a good block that time, once again, by the sophomore fullback Peters to help Bush pick up 3 yards on that play. 2nd down and 7 for Pinetree. Taylor is split to the near side of the field, and Robertson looking downfield is sacked from behind as coming up and just again untouched Anthony Hawkins. That's the 2nd time that we've seen that happen, and this time the quarterback Robertson wasn't even looking. Watch Hawkins, he just came in untouched.
Yeah, Robertson is lucky to hold on to that football. This 170-pound senior Anthony Hawkins was untouched on that particular play. Big loss for the Pinetree Pirates as Gilmer, our mounting a successful stand on their defense on this particular series, with the clock continuing to count down at 2:29 remaining in the third quarter with a score 17-0. Believe it or not, Gilmer is losing at this point to Pinetree.
Look at this. My gosh, what's going on
Got
here?
a spread formation.
Oh, it's going to be I thought it was going to be a double pass there, but now here's Bush breaking clear across the 40 and up to the 45-yard line. And picking up about 10, 12 yards on that play, but they're going to be short of the first down. That was an interesting alignment.
Man, what was it? A spread formation? Oh, look, this is a swinging gate. Yeah, this is the old A&M swinging gate. That's what it is.
I thought Bush might stop and throw it here, but
I didn't know what was it going to happen.
He ran behind that line, and Pinetree. Now we've got a Gilmer player down on the field at the 46-yard line, so play has stopped. As you look at Bush at the end of that play, let's see.
I'd like to. That was an interesting alignment. I would like to see that again if that's possible. I don't think, we heard that Pinetree was going to do some different things tonight, as we can't quite catch how he sustained that injury. But that was a goofy-looking play, a funny-looking thing. It looks something nothing like the A&M swinging gate, while all the linemen line up on one side, and only the quarterback gets behind the center. And who knows? It could have turned into, the option pass, but it didn't. And who's the young man hurt down there?
Anthony Hawkins, who has been in on 2 of those quarterback sacks tonight, was the injured player for Gilmer, but he's up and walking off, so that's good news. And the kicker for Pinetree, Ryan Bassetti, is into the ball game.
Well, let's try to figure out this setup. Okay, now there's the center. Look, he's to the side. All the line is over here. You got your receivers up here. What is that? I've never seen anything like that. Man, look at this guy. Looks like he's in motion. He broke the line of scrimmage. I don't know. I'm not going to try to call that, but it must have been illegal. There was no penalty on the play.
Well, it did pick up some much-needed yardage for Pinetree, but they still come up short of the first down, and they're going to have to punt it away on 4th and 3. And Bassetti, standing back at his 31-yard line, gets a good snap. And Bassetti's kick is high, but very short. And Brand Webb lets it fall. Takes a good Gilmer bounce and is backing Pinetree back the other way. And the Pirates finally down it at the 37. So a very short kick of only about 25 yards that time. So Gilmer will have good field position to begin their series of downs. 1:34 left here in the third period, and the Buckeyes, surprisingly, unbeaten coming into this game, but trailing the Pinetree Pirates by a score of 17-0. And there's Casey Robertson, the quarterback for the Pirates.
He's taking a well-deserved rest, chatting with one of his teammates there, and that's going to be big number 59, Robert Douglas, chatting about what's going on that field. It's going good for the Pirates. Here come the Buckeyes, though.
Brand Webb from the 36-yard line hands it off to Rico Gardner, trying to shake free, and he gets it up to about the 40-yard line. Jonathan Dyer in on the stop for Pinetree. Pickup of about 4 yards that time for Rico.
Okay, I want you to notice something, if we can pick it up as Rico Gardner is finally tackled here. Rico Gardner gets up very slow on this particular play, and he is favoring his right arm. He's still swinging. See, Sid? Rico's still swinging his right arm, grimacing in pain. This would be, there he is, grimacing in pain. This would be a tremendous loss to the Buckeyes.
Second down and 6 for Gilmer, and Webb rolling to his right, escapes one block, and now goes deep downfield, but back there defending and intercepting the pass is Marty Gruber, who had great defensive coverage downfield.
Wait a minute, extracurricular activity. We got a fight up here.
Well,
now there's a flag. Wait a minute, let's back him up. Oh my! I didn't want the coach is finally getting. Who is this? It's not Rico, is it? Yes, Rico Gardner and one of the gentlemen were flat going after it. Flags are there. There was a fight down here, not to take away from the beautiful interception of Marty Gruber, but there was some flat fisticuffs going on. Let's see who did what.
Well, it was unsportsmanlike conduct on both teams, so nothing will happen here. But the play is going to be resumed back at the 21-yard line, and it looked like we may have had an injection as a result of that altercation.
Man, will that be a blow for the Gilmer Buckeyes? We see number 1.
I didn't see who the Pinetree player was. It may have been Eddie Key. I'm not sure.
Oh, man, they were going after it big time.
And if it was Eddie Key, that's a big blow for Pinetree, too. We'll have to see exactly
I didn't. Were both players ejected? I saw Gardner going off the field with his head down. I didn't catch whether the Pirate. But anyway, Marty Groover, man, that was a beautiful interception. He should be proud tonight. He's played a great job in that secondary. 170-pound senior. Marty Groover, 4 is his number on the jersey. Watch this young man. He's good.
At the 21-yard line, the Pirates bring it up to the line of scrimmage for this first down play, and it's Casey Robertson handing off to Bush, getting outside, across the 25, up to the 30-yard line goes Bush, and a pickup of about 9 that time for Darrell Bush. And we got a couple of Gilmer players that are slow getting up on the far side. They finally do.
And I tell you what, it's all Buckeyes here. Golly gee, are these guys fired up? Now, pardon me, Pirates are all fired up for homecoming. And, man, they're just being whipped. Absolutely on the offense and defense. And what's so surprising, this is one of the finest teams to ever come out of Gilmer, Texas. Rico Gardner, one of the premier running backs in all of East Texas. But that doesn't matter. That doesn't matter. Tonight is homecoming.
Third period is coming to an end here at Pinetree Stadium. And the score at the end of 3, the Pinetree Pirates 17 and the Gilmer Buckeyes nothing. Get back to action. So the Pinetree Pirates on the verge here in the fourth quarter of a big upset, leading it by 17 over the unbeaten Gilmer Buckeyes. And we'll see what the Pirates come in from the near side with the play from Coach Dickie Meeks. Dusty Smith has brought the play in, and they split ends on both sides of the field, 2 on the far side, 1 on the near side, and an eye in the backfield behind quarterback Robertson. And the handoff is to Bush going over the right side, and I think he picked up the first down at about the 33-yard line.
Well, it's going to be very important. Of course, the Buckeyes on the score, 17-0, but also they have 11:08 remaining, and the clock is on their side. So like on this play, if they can play ball control, hold on to the football, keep the clock running, the clock becomes their ally, and Gilmer's got problems in.
Gilmer's got a problem already with 11 minutes left to go in the ball game and trailing by 17. Of course, don't forget, we want to remind you, they trailed by 7 against Dangerfield last week and scored 21 in the fourth period, so don't count them out quite yet.
No way.
First and 10, Robertson down the line. He'll keep it, cuts it back nicely across the 35 and gets up to the 36-yard line. Good decision that time by Casey Robertson, the quarterback, to pick up about 3 yards. It'll be 2nd and 7.
Yes, it was a good decision here. You notice on the pitch option, he looks out, sees man covered, so he cuts it in instead of pitching out and turns it into a plus because his man was covered. A good decision on Casey's part.
10 minutes, 20 seconds left to go in the ball game. Delrick Taylor split to the near side of the field. Again, the eye in the backfield, and Taylor goes in motion to the far side. Robertson with the long count, and the handoff is to Peters, the fullback, and Peters ahead for about 2 yards. Brought down there by the Gilmer defense, and getting up a little bit slow after making the tackle for the Gilmer Buckeyes was John Brinkley.
Fakes the pitch, gives to Peterson. Watch Peterson hit the line of scrimmage, and that's just about it. But it had not been for his strength, he would have had a minus yardage. I'm very impressed with this Mark Peters, number 44, 210-pound sophomore. You're going to see a lot of this guy in the future here in Pinetree Country. He's a sophomore and a heck of a running back.
Of course, Bush and Peters will both be back for Pinetree next year in that backfield.
Watch out next year.
3rd down and 5 for the Pirates, and Casey Robertson being chased, and once again it's Anthony Hawkins. That's his 3rd sack of the night as he honed in on Casey Robertson and dragged him down for a big loss back at the 27-yard line.
Anthony Hawkins, man, he is doing a yeoman's job tonight as he converges on Robertson, throws him to the ground. He should be proud of himself for a fine defensive effort. Credit Anthony Hawkins, good play.
Ryan Bassetti has come on to kick it away for Pinetree, and Bran Webb is back deep. There you see Bran Webb, number 7, quarterback for Gilmer, and he'll receive the punt here.
And the official says start the clock with 8:43, 42, and counting in this football game.
Bassetti awaiting the snap back at his own 14-yard line, gets a low one that he fields. It's a pretty good kick away, high, wobbly kick that Brand Webb fields and is brought down at the 39, and there's a flag down, and I believe this one may go against Gilmer's Todd Kane downfield. We'll see what the call is, but may have been possibly an illegal block there. We'll see as the referees discuss it, and it is going to be against Gilmer, and they'll back the Buckeyes up.
We can watch here on the return. Boom, illegal block right as that play emanated right at the beginning there. Illegal block. And here are the Pinetree. Let me see there, the precision drill team. Man, they're doing great. By the way, let's mention the captain, Julie Farrell, Lieutenant Heather Webb, Lieutenant Christy Knight, Lieutenant Emily Martin, and Lieutenant Whitney Wilcox. They're doing great and real enthusiastic and having a lot of fun tonight.
And there's the Pinetree band right above them.
Yes, boy, they're all happy and fired up. This is showtime tonight. And next week, we're going to have a good one, too. Nacogdoches and John Tyler. Talk about that in just a minute. Right now, here's Sid Allen with play-by-play.
Well, Eddie Key is not on the field, so perhaps he was thrown out of the game. And Rico Gardner, likewise, is not in the ball game for Gilmer. So perhaps those players were a little bit away from the announcers here, but perhaps those two players, in fact, were ejected from the game, as we don't see either one of them in at this point.
Well, they were flat going after it down there after one another, and that's unfortunate that two fine athletes like that do have to leave the game because they are stalwart performers on both sidelines. They're the Pirate cheerleaders and mascot Boogie Woogie. Infraction against the Buckeyes there backs them up 5, Sid.
Back to the 25-yard line. They need to get to their 40 for the first down, so it's 1st and 15 for Gilmer. And Brand Webb, quarterback, in the shotgun formation, throws it out in the flat, completes it, and picking up some yardage. Now trying to cut it outside across the 30, 35, 40, and up to the 43-yard line goes Nick Webb. And picking up the first down was Nick Webb, who started the game at fullback tonight, 5'9", 190-pound junior, and a good-looking run here by Nick Webb.
Well, Nick Webb goes down a couple of yards, stands up straight, catches the ball, then turns the corner, gets the sideline, and able to go forward for a good gain and a first down for the Buckeyes.
At the 43, Buckeyes seeing if they can get back in this one here in the fourth quarter. Here's Brand Webb rolling down the line, being chased. Now gets outside, throws it deep downfield, and what a catch by Tefteller. Oh, my, he went up and one-handed that one at the 25-yard line. An unbelievable catch by Jay Tefteller.
Jay Tefteller, number 36. Let's just watch him here. Just watch Tefteller, a thing of beauty. There's the rollout, but the quarterback close to the line of scrimmage just threw at the last minute, and there's the pass. Watch Tefteller one-handed. Boom! Beautiful catch, Tefteller. Jay Tefteller, Gilmer Buckeyes, as the Buckeyes are marching with 7:54 remaining in this contest. Hold on to your seats. Don't move. Anything could happen here.
Still a long way to go for the Buckeyes, and here is Webb over the middle and completes it to Nick Webb, and Webb fights his way down to the 15-yard line, close for another first down for the Gilmer Buckeyes. As they unstack it, we'll see if they give them the first down. Looks like they're going to be just a little bit short, but Brand Webb right over the middle here. There you see Webb going into traffic and making the catch.
Yeah, they're running out the shotgun formation as Webb is back there to receive on this down. Here he goes.
Brand Webb looking into the end zone, and it's broken up as Tefteller, the intended receiver, but there to stick his mitt right in the way was Ross Brewer, the sophomore linebacker.
Watch the pressure on Robinson here as a tremendous rush was put on Robinson. Number 66 coming around the corner there caused Robinson to throw that ball a little bit early. Consequently, it goes down incomplete. Looks like Ben Bonds was there to put the big rush on quarterback Robinson.
Brand Webb, the quarterback for Gilmer, and it's second down. And Webb rolling to his right, looking down, looking into the end zone, goes deep and completes it for the touchdown. And it's number 2 for Gilmer, Tron Webb, the 6'3", 180-pound senior speedster. And the Buckeyes are on the board thanks to that 15-yard pass play from quarterback Brand Webb to Tron Webb.
Well, the Webb brothers teamed up there, Webb to Webb. 7 points, 6 with a point after to come. Uh-oh, hold on to your seat. 7-12 remaining in this football game. This is going to have a great ending to it. I just feel it. I just feel it in my bones.
And on to kick the point after is Adam Dugan. And the ball is down, the kick is up, and it's good with 7 minutes and 12 seconds left in the ball game, and the Buckeyes have cut into this Pinetree lead. The Pirates still on top by 10, 17-7, with 7 minutes and 12 seconds to go. That was a nice 75-yard drive by the Buckeyes and capped by that 15-yard pass play from Brand Webb to Tron Webb.
Okay, let's watch the pass as Webb goes back here. He's got plenty of time, good protection, and he sees Webb in the end zone, pulls the trigger. Good catch right there, unaccosted, wide open. Number 2, Webb, touchdown, Gilmer Buckeyes. I tell you what, with Gardner out of the game, the forward pass has been utilized to the utmost, and it's worked. It's worked for 7 points in this ball game so far. So I bet you, Sid, let me ask a question. What do you think about the onside kick here? Is it that late in the game yet?
Maybe a little bit early, I think. Yet we'll see. 7:12 to go. I don't know you want to give Pinetree that good a field position if you don't recover at this point, but who knows? The Buckeyes have had a hard time moving it and had a hard time stopping Pinetree, and you sure don't want Pinetree to get the ball and run time off.
Well, that's true, but when you got an offensive streak going and momentum is on your side like it is Gilmer's right now, they want desperately to get their hands back on the football.
Well, Pinetree is planning for it. They've got 9 players up within 10 yards of each other, so they very much think that this could be an onside kick, and Adam Dugan has got it lined up like that indeed is what he's going to try here. And here it is, and Dugan's kick is indeed an onside. Takes a good bounce, and let's see, goes out of bounds. I don't think it traveled the 10 yards that it's necessary to do, and there's a Gilmer player down on the far side of the field.
Man, I tell you what, if Gilmer could have recovered that football, and with the streak they got going of lightning with the forward pass now, this thing would have turned into a gorilla, a Willabooger football game, and it might yet with 7:07. That's a lot of time, and Gilmer's able to move this ball quickly. This thing is getting exciting as we see the folks from Gilmer. No, those are the Pinetree girls right there, the Pinetree band supporters. And on the other side across the way, the Gilmer fans also fired up. This is going to be a great ending on this football game.
So as they unravel there, as we've mentioned, there is a Gilmer player down on the far side of the field. They sent a man down there to kind of clear the way and lay a block out, and I think that's the Gilmer player that's injured on the far side. Dickie Meeks even came over from Pinetree to take a look at him and make sure everything was okay. And the young man is up, and it's number 9 for Gilmer, who was the injured player, Josh Llewellyn, but it looks like he's okay.
You know, that's kind of a unique situation with 3 of the coaches from Gilmer are former Meeks understudies, and they work with Meeks either as assistants or playing on a football team with Meeks. So he has a real good rapport with all of these guys from Gilmer, Texas, and they're all buddies. They're playing their hearts out to stay in this game tonight.
Well, Pinetree is going to get excellent field position to begin this series thanks to that failed onside kick by Gilmer. They'll put it in play right at midfield, and Buzz, if they can put a couple of first downs together, they can just about put the lid on this one.
Man, they should have had a microphone up here listening to you, Sid. You were right. The failed onside kick is giving Pinetree excellent field position.
At midfield, Casey Robertson, the quarterback, pitches back to Bush, trying to follow a block behind his fullback Peters, but nothing doing there as Darrell Bush couldn't find any running room. The Gilmer Buckeyes up quickly, and another Gilmer player is down on the field. Brandon Beasley, very slow. In fact, he hasn't gotten up yet.
Also, we see number 15, Darrell Bush for the Pirates, was able to get up, but very slowly, as Bush took a heck of a hit there. 1, 2, 3, 4 of those guys just drove him to the football turf.
Lost 3 yards on that play, and now Beasley is up and walking for the Buckeyes.
And
6 minutes and 49 seconds, all that's remaining in this one.
The key is holding on to that football. No turnovers. The key for the Pinetree Pirates, no turnovers, but still, with an explosive team like Gilmer, they have got to get a first down or 2. Got to. You give this ball back to a fired-up Gilmer team, and as good as they are with that forward pass, it's Katie bar the door. Anything could happen.
So Beasley has walked off on the far side of the field with his head coach, Mike Mullins, who came out to talk to him, and we'll get back to action now with 6:45 to go in the ball game, and the clock is moving once again. And the Pirates huddled up for this 2nd and 13 play. They got to get down to the Gilmer 40-yard line for a first down. And Robertson brings them up with Peters and Bush split in the backfield behind Robertson. And this time it's Roberts fumbling the ball, and it looks like the Gilmer Buckeyes have it.
Well, that's the one thing that Pinetree shouldn't have done. Turn the ball over. Man, this is going to be a bad situation for Pinetree as a fumble on the play. Gives the ball to Gilmer. There they own the football. They're on the 44-yard line. Good field position. 6:21 remaining in this game. Momentum on their side. A good passing attack. This is really going to test the Pinetree Pirates now.
It was Nathan Gann with the fumble recovery that time for Gilmer, and they line up in the spread formation, and they got in split all over the field as Brand Webb takes the snap, rolls to his left, goes out in the flat, and completes the pass, and it's Nick Webb down to the 35 of the Pirates, about a yard short of the first down. Going to be second down as we wind down. 6:11 to go, and the clock is started once again. 6:05 left in the ball game, and the Buckeyes are quickly to the line of scrimmage. Brand Webb, and again they split ends all over the field. Lone setback with Brand Webb in the deep set. Webb rolling to his left, looking downfield. Now he's going to run across the 35, the 30, the 25, inside the 25, down to the 22-yard line, and another first down for the Buckeyes.
Well, Brand Webb's scrambling ability got the Gilmer Buckeyes out of trouble there as he was trapped. His receivers covered, and he scrambles to safety and turns it into a fine-looking play there for a first down. The clock does stop with the movement of the chains. 5:47. Gilmer is driving. Hold on to your hats, everybody. We've got a football game.
At the 22-yard line, Brand Webb takes the snap, rolling to his left, looking over the middle, can't find a receiver. Now he'll take off again across the 25, the 20, still on his feet at about the 15-yard line, and run out of bounds, stopping the clock at the 15. So Brand Webb just taking things into his own hands here for the Buckeyes as they continue to drive down close to the Pinetree goal line. Watch Brand Webb just pull it down and take off.
Well, the key to this thing, not only does Brand Webb get into the plus situation yardage-wise, but more important, he goes out of bounds to stop the clock. So that's a double positive. Brand Webb, good offensive football.
At the 15-yard line, second down and 2 for the Buckeyes. 5.5 minutes left. Still plenty of time for Gilmer the way they're moving the ball. And here's Webb again, out in the flat this time, and right through the hands of the intended receiver, Jay Tefteller. Good coverage by the Pirates, but it looked like Tefteller had his hands on the ball.
Wantrell Howard is there to break it up. This is a good thing about the forward pass. If it's not complete, it stops the clock, and the clock is definitely an ally of the Pinetree Pirates at this juncture of the game.
So the Buckeyes now facing 3rd and 2 at the Pinetree 15-yard line. 5:25 to go in the game. Spread formation once again. Brand Webb, the quarterback, taking the snap, this time rolling to his right, now looking left, now looking into the end zone, now throwing it high and over the head of the intended receiver, who was double covered at the back of the end zone, and Kevin Daniel back there with good coverage for Pinetree along with Chris Johnson. And now let's see what the Buckeyes want to do on 4th down.
Important call.
Looks like Adam Dugan is on and is going to attempt, or at least they're going to put down a 22-yard, that'll be a 32-yard field goal for Adam Dugan to try and get the Buckeyes within 7.
I guess they're thinking here is let's get 3, and then we're only a touchdown behind. We've got momentum going. Let's see what Dugan does on this field goal attempt.
Very critical attempt here, and Dugan's kick is long enough, and it is wide. Oh, my. Adam Dugan has missed wide left on that 32-yard field goal attempt. 5:14 left in the ball game. It's Pinetree 17, Gilmer 7. Pinetree set with an opportunity here to run some time, and Darrell Bush gets it up to the 25, picked up 5 important yards, but the Pirates can run some time off here, Buzz, after that missed field goal attempt and really take this clock down.
Man, could they ever. Now, one thing, watch Darrell Bush. Now, watch this as he wraps both hands around that football. Look, both hands. We cannot, says Pinetree, afford a turnover, and Darrell Bush is guarding that football. This is what's important to Pinetree at this time. On the other hand, if you're on the Gilmer side, they're after that football. They want the football back. Pinetree is holding on. Great job for protecting the football that time.
Pinetree needs to get this play off. They've only got 5 seconds as they move up to the line of scrimmage. 3, 2, they do get it off, and it's Bush up across the 30, and Bush, I think, has picked up the first down for the Pirates. Darrell Bush has had a heck of a ball game tonight, including an 82-yard touchdown run, and he just picked up an important first down there.
Look at Bush as he gets the ball, protects it well, and he gets the first down, and man, that is a game-making play. Anytime you're down in your own end of the field, you got to keep the football, and you run that hard and make the first down, you're A-OK.
Dickie Meeks wants them to spend some time, and the play clock is moving along, 4:15 on the game clock, so
they're working the game clock real well. They're taking it down 1-2 seconds. They're milking the game clock for every second they can get out of it.
Here's Robertson with an eye in the backfield. Peters and Bush behind him.
Hurry.
Play clock down to 2 seconds when they get it off, and that's what they want to do, and it's Bush, and he is wrapped up back at the 28-yard line for a loss of 2. But again, the clock continues to run. 3 minutes, 45 seconds left.
Oh, Mama, I don't care. Give me that pacifier, and I'll be all right. What the heck's going on out here?
Watch Darrell Bush. He's just had a heck of a ball game tonight, but that time nothing doing. As number 55, Nathan Gann, who recovered the fumble a moment ago for Gilmer, wraps him up for about a 2-yard loss there.
3:25, 3:24 and counting. All that's remaining in this football game. We're coming down to a big finish here.
Pirates with the ball on 2nd down and 11. 3 minutes, 10 seconds left. And Robertson watches the play clock run down to 2 seconds once again, and nothing doing for Pinetree on the run. And we'll see as they unstack them here. It's going to be 3rd down. Robertson kept it that time, and now a timeout is indicated by Gilmer with 3:05 left. As you look at the Lady Bucks and the Bucks.
Oh, they're happy. Come on. Yeah, come on, Bucks and Buccaneers. Everybody, let's go. They're happy. We got a big one next week, Sid. This is a good one tonight. Last week was a thriller, and next week it's Nacogdoches and John Tyler. You'll see that right here at 10 p.m. The Nacogdoches Dragons travel to Rose Stadium as well as we from UPN 2248. So be there at 10 p.m. Nacogdoches John Tyler coming up this Friday night, and I can't wait. Man, we've had a series of some good games this year. Some games that we didn't know, Sid, were going to turn into good games. But man, we have had some great contests, and of course, you know what I'm looking for. Forward to is Halloween night. That's going to be fun.
Well, it should be. Halloween night's always fun, Buzz.
Well, now, I have reference, Sid, and I'm going to have a surprise for you Halloween night, by the way. I have reference to John Tyler and Longview. A special, if it goes okay for Longview down in Lufkin tonight. That game is going to be a killer, and you'll see it with all the good games right here on UPN 2248.
At the 29-yard line, 3rd down and 12 for Pinetree. 3:05 left in the ball game, and let's see what Coach Dickie Meeks wants to do. Looks like they're going to put it up. Casey Robertson going to go deep, has a man, Delrick Taylor, and Delrick Taylor is going to go all the way with a touchdown.
Oh, shoot those, Sheriff. They're riding Shetland ponies in Pinetree tonight. Touchdown, Pinetree Pirates. Would you believe this?
71 yards on that pass play from quarterback Casey Robertson to Delrick Taylor, and Taylor beat 2 defenders that time. The pass perfectly thrown between them, and Taylor tiptoed down the sidelines all the way for the touchdown, and the Pinetree Pirates are going to pull this upset off.
I mean, this is going to be an upset of major proportion. Oh my, what a reception by Taylor as he went into the end zone unaccosted. And man, these Pinetree Pirates are celebrating homecoming tonight in fine style.
Here's Vineyard on to kick the point after for Pinetree. Good snap, ball down, kick up, and Vineyard's kick is good. 2 minutes, 53 seconds, all that's separating Pinetree from boy, what we thought might have been the impossible coming into this ball game, but a big 24-7 lead for the Pirates.
Oh, man, can you believe that? Across the way, our dear friends from Gilmer are going to the house, and the Pinetree folks are celebrating. Hey, look, I'm on television. Hi, Mama. How you doing? Tell everyone hello for me. Let's have that run back on the television of the beautiful pass reception by Taylor. Here we go. Watch this, will you? Okay.
Casey Robertson, the quarterback, looking deep down the sideline for his favorite receiver, Delrick Taylor. And watch, the pass just perfectly between those defenders.
Oh, man, how are you going to get that pass through those two guys?
A great move by Taylor.
Oh, man, what a beautiful reception. What a beautiful pass. Touchdown, Pinetree Pirates.
Taylor has caught 2 touchdown passes tonight, a 38-yarder from Brad Lacey back in the ball game, and that 71-yarder from quarterback Casey Robertson. So he's had a big night, and of course the running back Bush with an 82-yard touchdown run in the ball game, and several other big runs for the game. Vineyard has kicked a field goal and kicked 3-point afters. Just a lot of different stars tonight for the Pinetree Pirates.
Sid, I'm derelict in my responsibility to report to you that I have not seen, at this juncture in the game, a young lady with a bandage on her leg. So, be that as it may, I thought I would mention that.
A lot of strange things happening tonight.
Absolutely. The first time this season, no one with a bandage on their leg. Oh, that's amazing.
Here's the kickoff by Vineyard. Squibs it over to the near side, picked up and returned to the 41-yard line as number 34 for the Buckeyes, Brandon Beasley, returned it. But with 2:46, it would just seem to be too much for the Buckeyes now to try and overcome, trailing by 17. Boy, that missed field goal by Dugan that was wide left, and the snap may have been a little bit off, but Dugan missed the field goal, and that really, really hurt because that could have brought the Buckeyes back to within 7. But when they didn't do it, the Pirates came back and took advantage and threw that long touchdown pass and have apparently put this one out of reach. Now Brand Webb from his own 40 in the spread formation, rolling to his left, looking out in the flat and almost intercepted, as anticipating well over on the far side of the field and almost stepping in there to pick it off was the Pinetree defender, Chris Johnson.
Well, that one almost intercepted. It's party time right now at Pinetree Stadium, as all these fans from Pinetree are absolutely going berserk with this beautiful victory that is imminent with only 2 minutes 40 seconds remaining in this contest. It's showtime for the Pinetree Pirates tonight, and everybody on this side of the field's having a ball.
This will be the second victory of the year for the Pirates as Webb comes out to the near side. Tefteller has it, and the Pirates keeping him in bounds at the 48-yard line, so the clock will continue to run at 2.5 minutes to go in the game.
I'd like to credit this Jay Tefteller. He's a fine athlete, played a super game tonight from the Gilmer Buckeyes. Watch it as Tefteller's on the receiving end of this pass. Hard runner Tefteller's played his heart out tonight.
230-pound senior Jay Tefteller. 3rd down and 2 now for the Buckeyes. This is Brand Webb rolling to his left. Looking. No place to go. Now throws deep and way over the head of everybody, as the closest player to the ball was Kevin Daniel of the Pinetree Pirates. He stops the clock with 2:02 left, and Gilmer definitely faced with its last chance, a 4th down coming up for the Buckeyes.
Celebration time. Look at the Buckeyes on the sideline there.
Those are Pirates now, boys.
Oh, my man. Okay. Derek Taylor and company, they're up there. Casey Robinson, the Pinetree Pirates are celebrating on the sideline. It's party time tonight.
Here's Brand Webb looking out into the flat, completes it, and it is going to be a 1st down to Nick Webb as he gets it down to the 46. So a 1st down for the Buckeyes. They'll keep the ball with 1:58 left in the ball game, but Pirates with a great effort tonight, defensively and offensively. They really had a hard time this year getting that offense untracked, but they've had some terrifically big plays tonight that have really gotten their offense going.
Yeah, they do a little dance there, got a little shuffle there, a little boogaloo, doing the shuffle there. That's all right.
At the 46-yard line, Brand Webb out in the flat once again and over the head of the intended receiver, Tefteller this time, and Marty Groover putting the good stick on that time.
A little Groover, how big is he? 170-pound senior, but beside Tefteller, he's small looking, but he has played above his head. Groover, great defensive secondary player tonight for the Pinetree Pirates.
Second down for the Pirates. Second down, or for the Buckeyes, second down and 10 at the 46 of Pinetree. And once again, they'll run it from the spread formation.
Ooh, coach is mad over there. He's not happy with somebody.
Here's Webb, straight back over the middle. Ball tipped away and almost caught, almost intercepted. The Pinetree player back there was Ross Brewer, the sophomore. And the pass was intended for the Gilmer player number 8, Nick Webb. Watch here as the ball is tipped and almost picked off.
In the air. Oh, almost another interception. As these Pinetree Pirates are just, man, they're just demoralizing the Gilmer Buckeyes at this point.
3rd and 10. Webb rolling to his right, looking into the flat, completes it to Teftel. No, it's on the ground. And the pass is incomplete. It's going to bring up 4th down with 1:38 left to go in the ball game. Pinetree Pirates with the big victory, this first district game. And you know, you win 3 games and you're in the playoffs. So the Pirates, I think, will think they have a legitimate shot now to win 2 more and try and get in the playoffs.
Yeah, you got 3 teams, right, from each district this year. So, man, these guys from Pinetree want to be one of those 3. Gilmer, also a contender, even though they lost tonight.
Here's 4th down as Webb rolls to his right. Will try and run it. He won't escape. And the ball will go over on downs for the last time. The Pirates will take over. And with 1:32 left, the last Gilmer effort is down the drain.
It's all over, but slow walking and sad talking. The Fat Ladies getting ready to sing. Here's the last desperation tried by the Gilmer Buckeyes as Brad Webb scrambles. Oh, he's trying so hard, giving it all again. Too many Pinetree Pirates there. 1:32, and all the Pirates have to do is run out the clock, and it's all over. Go home and be mighty proud of this homecoming 1997 and the super job they've done on the turf tonight.
1:32 left as the Pirates get the ball back, and they got a new quarterback in there. Stepping in there is number 14, Ryan Bassetti at quarterback, and he's got McLean in there at the tailback, and McLean gets the call, and he's wrapped up right as he gets to the line of scrimmage. Ryan Bassetti in the ball game is a 180-pound senior for the Pirates, so he's getting a little playing time as the clock winds down. 1:15 to go in the game.
Nick Webb has played a great job over on defense. You see him getting up a little slow. He's done a super job for the Gilmer Buckeyes. He's about worn out. You can see the dejection on one of the players for the Buckeyes there. Looks like Charles Tennyson is behind him. The Buckeye drill team tries to engender a little enthusiasm.
2nd and 11. This is Peters with the handoff straight ahead, and Peters up to about the 44, maybe the 45-yard line. So we're inside a minute, maybe time for one more play here from the Pinetree Pirates Stadium, and this one will be history.
37-36 and counting as only a few seconds remaining in this football contest. Folks are still here to support the Pinetree Pirates. There we are, way up on top there, up in the loft up there on top of Pinetree Stadium.
3rd down and 8 on this last play of the ball game, and it's Peters straight ahead across the 45 and up to the 47, and they'll count it down as we're inside 10 seconds and the clock is moving, and the Pinetree Pirates under head coach Dickie Meeks have won a big one. Their district opener tonight, defeating the previously unbeaten Gilmer Buckeyes by a score of 24-7. Homecoming at Pinetree, and the Pirates are victorious as you see the celebrations begin out at the middle of the field. So Buzz and I will be right back here at Pinetree Stadium to wrap this one up. Again, our final score, the Pinetree Pirates 24 and the Gilmer Buckeyes 7.
Lines are...
Well, there were so many superlatives tonight here at Pinetree Stadium homecoming night as the Pirates have defeated the Gilmer Buckeyes. The defense was good. The offense was explosive. Man, the coaches pulled out some stops, and Buzz, it all adds up to a district opening upset victory for the Pirates.
Absolutely. You know, you just felt something in your heart that that these guys from Pinetree wanted this football game. They wanted it bad. They're playing a tough team, but they're sure happy with their victory tonight. Homecoming 1997. And as usual, Sid, it's been great being by your side, and I'll look forward to being with you next Friday night at 10 o'clock in Rose Stadium. The playback will be Nacogdoches and John Tyler, the Lions. See you next Friday night, folks, and thanks a lot, Sid.
Recapping the scoring real quick, Delrick Taylor, 38-yard pass from Brad Lacey in the first quarter gave the Pirates a 7-0 lead. Cody Vineyard kicked a 37-yard field goal with 9:11 left in the second quarter, made it 10-0 Pinetree. That's the way we were at halftime. Then in the third period, I guess the backbreaker, the 82-yard run by Darrell Bush with 9:17 left made it 17-0 Pinetree. Buckeyes got their only score with 7:12 left in the fourth quarter. Tron Webb, a 15-yard pass from Bran Webb, cut it to 17-7. Buckeyes had a chance to cut it to 17-10, but Adam Dugan missed a field goal from 32 yards, and Pinetree put it away on a 71-yard pass play from quarterback Robertson to Delrick Taylor with 2:53 left. Final score, the Pinetree Pirates 24 and the Gilmer Buckeyes 7. It's been a good one. Enjoyed being with you. Sid Allen for Buzz Long. See you next week with Nacogdoches.